Good morning. Today's Monday, October the 2nd, I believe. Haven't made a video since last Wednesday. We are in the garage today because there's a lot of construction going on outside and the weather's getting better and people are in their backyards, and I wanted to do this video in the backyard, but it's kind of embarrassing, really. I'm out there talking to myself. That's how I feel anytime I make these videos, like I'm talking to myself, like I'm a crazy person. So we decided to just come into the garage, and you still might hear construction noises out front. So it's Floki's feeding time. So that's kind of what we're doing here. Again, like when I had him at the park the other day, we were on an elevated surface on a picnic bench. We're on an elevated surface today, and he didn't like it at first. He's kind of scratching around. You can hear his nails scratching the table, but he's all right. He's all right. We got to work through it. Hey. So we'll be feeding him while I'm making this video. So I hadn't made a video since Wednesday. And then Thursday, we had, Thursday was funny. We had a really good morning, and then we had a horrible afternoon. And I wanted to talk about that a little bit because I'm sure a lot of people go through that stuff with new puppies. And if you have a bad day, or you have a bad half of the day, or even just a bad training session, you should, go back and analyze what happened, which is what I did. So Thursday morning, we had a good morning with walking and feeding and all that stuff. Are you done? And Thursday afternoon, well, I would say about noonish, he had been in his crate for about an hour. And I took him out of his crate, and he's on leash inside the house with me, and I sit down, I'm watching TV, and he ends up falling asleep at my feet. I think we both ended up falling asleep. I think I slept for about half an hour, and he slept for about an hour. So he was in his crate for about an hour. He comes out, and he's with me for about another hour of sleeping. And I hear the front door, an Amazon delivery. I bought him some toys. So me being dumb and excited about his new toys, I go and I get the box from the front door, and I open it and I start playing with him with his new toys. So we go from an hour in the crate, an hour sleeping at my feet, and now we're playing. So what do you think happens? He pees. He pees in between where we're sitting on the couch and his crate. And as soon as he starts peeing, I get up and I start saying, no, 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 no. Just kind of like that volume and inflection. Well, he gets startled, which is good. I want him to be startled because I don't want him peeing in the house, right? So he gets startled and he runs right into his crate, which is a win because that's what we've been working with him on, right? Going into his crate. And he went in there for safety, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want. But while he's in there, I can see him peeing. So I reach in and I grab him and I take him outside and put him outside. I quickly clean up the mess, put the blanket that he has in his crate, which that's a mistake also that I've made. Put the blanket in the washing machine. And now I go outside to go hang out with him. Like I said before, he's always around my feet, and I walk outside and I end up unintentionally stepping on him. So he's whining, and then he goes and goes up underneath a table and doesn't move from there. So that's one of those instances where you might as well hang it up. If I was still teaching at the Canine Academy, I'd probably have that handler go run a lap or something, get his mind right. I should have run a lap around the neighborhood, get my mind right, because half of what happened was my fault. Actually, 3/4 was my fault. Having him sleep in the crate and then sleeping with me, and then playing with him without giving him a pee break. That was my mistake. And then having a blanket in the crate for a little puppy like this, that's another mistake. We've had probably in that week that in the week that we've had him, we probably had 4 or 5 peeing incidents. Um, Mostly my mistake. So I got to learn from my mistakes. Now he has no blanket in his crate, but he's fine with that. He did well last night with it, so we're good on that. I would say that we're probably 80% crate trained. He goes in there without me touching him, without me having to do much. I say 80% because if it was 100%, he would be, running into that crate. He's not yet. He's kind of just slowly going in there, which is fine. He'll chase a toy in there, and he'll go in there pretty hard. But as far as on his own, without any sort of luring in there, he'll kind of just lazily go in there. But that's fine. Um, let's see. I have a couple of notes. So crate training, I'd say we're 80%. House training or potty training, I'd say we're 50%. He will give us some signs that he needs to go out. He'll start sniffing the ground and stuff, and as long as I'm watching him, we're out. We're going outside. He's going out. He's peeing, no problem. He hasn't pooped in the house. Keep our fingers crossed. So we're doing good there. A couple things that I attribute the success of the crate training and potty training that we've had in just 1 week is the parameters that I have set forth for him. And I'll go a little bit more into what his schedule is. I have some notes over here. But as far as sleeping at night, I slept out in the living room with him for a week, with me in earshot and eye shot. The past 2 nights, I've been able to sleep in my bed with him outside the door of the bedroom. So he can't see me. He can probably hear me snoring. But he's done really well. Now, and that's sleeping probably 6 hours a night for a 4.5-month-old in his crate. That's pretty good without making a mess in his crate. A couple pretty important things is his feeding schedule. He eats about 8 o'clock in the morning, like about right now, and then he eats again at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's it. No more food after that, which gives us plenty of time to take him out and make sure that he poops before the night's over. And then access to water. Access to water stops at 7 o'clock. That, again, gives us a couple hours before, he's going in his crate, before everybody's going to sleep. 9:30, 10 o'clock, we go to sleep. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. But as far as his schedule, real quick, today we're up at 4:45. So anywhere between 4 and 5, we're kind of up now. And sun doesn't come up till after 6, a little bit after 6. So we're up for about an hour, and then we go for our walk. We come back and we go to the backyard. We'll sit and listen to music, and I'll have a couple cups of coffee. And he'll just be outside hanging out there with me, and Dingo too sometimes. We'll come in, he goes into his crate, I take a shower. When I come out, then it's pretty much feeding time. After feeding time, he'll probably go back into his crate. Like I said in a previous video last week, he's going to get a lot of crate time because I want him to be used to that and feel like it's his space, his safe space. So he's been getting a lot of crate time, and he's been doing really, really good. I'll probably, when he's in his crate, I'll probably run errands. If I have to go to the store or what have you, I'll go handle that, and then come back home, let him out. He'll hang out with me. We'll watch TV. Probably take a nap because getting up at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, I get nappy. I get the nappy feeling come around 11, 12. So we'll do that, and then hang out in the backyard for a little bit. We'll play with his toys inside, and 3 o'clock he'll get fed again, and that's either through clicker stuff, like I posted a video on Instagram yesterday about some clickers, doing some clicker stuff. And if not, then I'll feed him in his crate. If I like yesterday afternoon, I wasn't feeling the clicker stuff, so I decided to just feed him in his crate. and no bowl, no nothing. Just put the food in his crate, and that's it. Put him in there, zip it up or close it up, and then he eats, and then he stays in there for a little bit. Let his stomach settle. And then, he probably stays in there while I'm preparing dinner or figuring out dinner uh, plans, and then he'll be out about 4:35, and then we'll just play. We'll watch TV and play until it's time to go for a quick evening walk, which we've been doing. And it's only probably about a half a mile. It's nothing crazy. It's to a local little park, and then we're back home. But it gives him the opportunity to pee and poop. And that's it. He's in his crate about whenever I go to bed, so 10 o'clock, 10:30, maybe 11 o'clock. So, and he's sleeping through the night. This weekend, we had an opportunity to get him some exposure with family members. He got a lot of interaction. He did really well. So I'm pretty happy with that. As far as treats, right now he's eating his regular kibble, which is, I think I bought like Blue Buffalo or something like that. I don't know. It was only like a 5-pound bag. We'll try different things, but we're also mixing in, or if we're doing some sort of clicker stuff without food, we're mixing in these treats. These are my favorite treats to use. I use these with police dogs, law enforcement dogs. This is what we start them with. So it's good stuff. I've used it for a long time. And that's about it. That's a recap of the last few days. Um, we're not doing anything spectacular. I mean, I'm pretty happy with his crate stuff. I'm pretty happy with his toy play. I'm pretty happy with the click and feed stuff. He's still really good on a walk. He's starting to I don't know if he's got a little baby nut that's dropped or what, but he's starting to pull a little bit. So I'll stop, right? I'll stop during the walk and maybe go the opposite direction, um, or just stop until that leash becomes loose again, and then we'll walk forward. He's losing teeth. He's 4.5 months old, going on 5 months, so he's losing teeth. We found a tooth in the crate this morning, and sometimes we see him and he's like chewing and swallowing. So I'm sure teeth are falling out and he's swallowing them, which is normal. It's normal. So that's about it. I did a video on another leash type iteration of the past one that I did last week, but I used a different material. It's so much lighter I don't know. It's cool. I like the material. It's called Biothane. It's nylon with like a rubberized coating, and it's super strong. So I did the belt loop with a quick release shackle with a short leash, which is what he's on right now. And then I also have a leash attached to around my waist, like a belt. So if we're out and about and I want to give him more freedom to pee or poop or sniff around, then I can attach that to take the waist leash off the belt loop, uh, put the waist leash on this short leash, and now I have about a 6-foot leash. And the fatter you are, the longer the leash you have. See, that's why I don't work out, because I want him to have a longer leash. So plans for today are, we got some running around to do. I got to go take something to FedEx to get shipped out, and that's it. The rest of the day is going to be the normal schedule: eating, playing, sleeping, all that stuff. If if both adults in the house work and kids go to school, I would not advise getting a puppy. If you want to do it the right way, they take so much work. I know a lot of people do get puppies, and they'll take a couple days off or a week off, and then they're back to work, and they leave these guys out in the yard, or they'll lock them into the laundry room or a bathroom with pee pads. Pee pads are a horrible idea, by the way. All it does is train the dog to go pee inside the house. So, um, and they're gone for 8 hours, or they put them in a crate and then they're gone for 8 hours, and then they're back home, and it's just you know, it's not the way to raise a puppy. I'm lucky. I'm super fortunate that I'm in the situation that I am, where I can be home here with him and teach him and monitor him and watch him and correct him and raise him, basically. So if you're considering getting a puppy, make sure somebody's home with them all the time. You got to watch them like a hawk. If you're not watching them, that's when they make mistakes and they don't know how to navigate this world. You have to teach them, right? So that's it. Nothing spectacular today. And we're just going to boogie and go about our day. Maybe I'll do one later this week or next week or whatever. So, all right. If you have any questions, let me know. Leave them in the comments. Actually, all you guys are my friends or family, so you probably have my phone number. Just, call me or text me. So, anywho, we'll talk to you later. Bye. You did good,